But let's start it off, man. We'll jump on and this is how we started, man. Tell everybody who you are, where they can find you, all your tags, all that good stuff.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Tyronza D, Hicks, aka to some and to most. It's Ty the Pod Guy. I am a podcast host, producer, engineer. I am also the creative director of the THC Media Network. We host and produce and engineer about 5 podcasts, which we have about 2 more coming soon, which have produced over 500 episodes with over about 175,000 streams so far. That's not including audio, or that is including audio, excuse me. So across all platforms. We're in our 7th year of doing business, of ramping up things. So things are getting a lot of busy over here. But outside of that, I do a lot of content work for a lot of others. I'm a content manager, if you really want to say. But you guys can follow me here. It's Ty the Pod Guy. You can follow me on all socials. You can follow me on Twitter at the THC Media Network. That's really where I'm at, for real. If you follow my business pages and my podcast pages, you'll find all good content there.
You will find good content. I was on it. I watched it. I subscribed. It's fire. It's fire. I'm at Super Saiyan Santi. You know where you can find me at, but more importantly, find me at AGNB Podcast right here on Instagram at AGNB Podcast. And I'm gonna do this for you. I don't have the sound effects, but and I'm gonna add them to this for you. I engineered, audio engineered, and everything in it, so it's gonna be fire, man. But for you, I most definitely will. So man, follow at AGNB Podcast. We everywhere. I want to shout out. We just got nominated Podcast of the Year with the Quill Podcast Award. Yeah, we just did that. We got nominated. I love the fact we got nominated. That's amazing to me. So we lined up. I'm gonna tell you something, Ty. One of the goals of the year was to get awards. That was my goal this year. I wrote it down.
Same.
Yeah. That's the goal. That's the goal.
Yep.
And coming out the year being nominated, I was like, man, it could happen. It could happen.
Lit, man. Congratulations.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. And then we might have my girl Quanah show up. If not, we're gonna keep rolling through because I wanted you guys to meet this young brother. This guy right here is the truth, man. I'm telling you, man, you have something. You got something going. I listen to a lot of your shows.
Thank you, man.
Where the hell do you find all the time? That's my first question.
Wow. I don't even know, bro. I can't even tell you. I listen to a lot of people tell me or ask me that same question, where do you get the time? And I always give them that same answer. I really don't know. I'm you can say I'm a little crazy in the head. With everything that I'm doing, you gotta be a little bit. I think the passion which I started with. I was told no a lot of times. Told no a lot of times. Figure it out. Figure it out how to do it yourself. And you figure out how to do it yourself, you kind of become now not just a student, but now you're elevating from a student to you're elevating in so much of these.
You broke up a little bit. You're elevating from a student to a what?
Sorry, lost you a little bit. Bad. You're elevating from like a student to a teacher, right?
Yeah.
Elevating from a teacher to a kind of professor in a sense in your own craft, right?
That's right.
And I just took the steps, which were hard and rigorous and very much independent, to get where I am right now. I'll tell you, Santi, I think I've told you this before, just off camera. I didn't think I was going to be here, and even in this moment, I don't even think I was. For me, I didn't see myself here, but God and it instilled a work ethic in me that I can't shake and I won't shake. So things drive me. So time is just a figure in a sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Like we doing an interview at 9 o'clock, bro.
Yeah,
You know
right.
what I'm saying? I'm usually like I'm usually like and for me, I've always been the type to get up in the morning at about 5-6 o'clock, start my day, and my day ends maybe at 12-1 o'clock at night. Maybe later, depending on how.
What's the first thing you're doing when you're waking up at 5 a.m.? What's that thing that gotta kickstart the
I gotta
day?
pray first.
Amen.
That's just real talk. I gotta pray first. I gotta talk to God. I gotta get like, first of all, thank you, Jesus, for waking me up this morning.
Whew.
You understand what I'm saying? Because you didn't have to.
Right.
Somebody didn't. I'm praying for their family, and I'm praying for somebody who did not wake up. You know what I'm saying? Like I've learned to not take the little things for granted.
We talked about this before. You gotta enjoy the little wins, yo.
You gotta enjoy the little wins. And when I wake up every day, that's another chance to do it. And if I didn't do it the best that day before, I know that if you wake me up another day, I get another chance to do it again and try to be better.
And what's the last thing you doing?
Oh man, I'm probably playing the game.
What you playing? What you playing?
I'm playing some 2K. You understand what I'm saying? I'm playing 2K, maybe a little Madden here, a little 2K there, a little One Piece here. I'm an anime nerd. You feel me? Like, like it's, or I'm working, right? I'm making clips.
Yeah.
If you want to be honest, I'm making clips for the next day.
Yeah.
I'm getting podcasts ready for the next day. And now that I have a full-time job, my time has now went from like this to now this. And even in that, I'm packing in a lot. So
I know exactly what you're saying.
I know, I know, bro. But listen, it's rewarding. I love it, bro. I love it.
You feel like you found your calling.
Yeah.
Like I feel exactly like you because this was not something I was thinking about doing ever in life at all. I didn't even know what this is. You know what I mean? And here I am. This is gonna be like episode 72 or something like that. I'm not nowhere near where you guys are at, 500s and all that. So that's why I'm trying to be as impactful as I can with each one by talking to people like you. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, it's your thing. I always tell people this, bro. I'm like, no matter if you one episode in, episodes in, 70 episodes in, right? 500 plus episodes in. You just have to be consistent. And I tell people this too. Podcasting is not just setting up a microphone or setting up anything and just talking. Did y'all understand? Like Santi knows me. Like me and Santi know each other. You understand? And Santi already hit me with bro.
You breaking up a little bit, man. You breaking up a little bit. But why you break up a little bit? Why you doing that? Yo, shout her out. What's up, man? What's up, girl?
Hey, boo. Still working on this daggone lamp. Hold up.
Well, take your time. Take your time, yo. This is Ty. This is my girl, man. Quanah Ballin. She is hilarious. I love her. Known her all my life.
Thank y'all for having me again, man. Appreciate it.
Man, I thank you for getting on this show. I've been listening to your work, man. I'm like, man, this brother is on fire all the time. I saw online that you were something was ending as well. Something that you were working on. You were saying was ending.
Yes, one of my podcasts that I've had for 5 years is going away. My Today's World podcast. It was like a lifestyle, travel. You know, I'm in New York now, so you know, coming from Michigan and being a Florida boy, and now coming to this big ass city. You know, kind of 2 to 3 years while I was here, I experienced a lot. Like I've in the 3 years that I've been here, I've lived in 3 boroughs: Brooklyn, Manhattan, and now I'm in the Bronx. So it's just like,
yo, and it's all night and day.
You're a straight survivor, for real.
What? Nobody told me these boroughs is like they completely opposite.
Completely. I mean, especially now you in the Bronx.
Yo, so different. And I'm like, yo, this is it give me a headache sometimes, y'all. It does. But no, it's been good though. Like it's really been good for my as a person who works hard. It's amazing. I can say a lot about New Yorkers, period. The one thing I cannot say is they're lazy.
Not at all. They hustle.
Who was that?
New Yorkers.
Oh.
Yeah, they're not lazy. I can say whatever I want, but like they're not lazy. So when I feel like I'm not feeling comfortable, I'm not feeling like, oh, I don't want to get up this morning. To be honest with y'all, I see the dope out on
that was one of my questions. He already answered it.
I see the dope man on the corner at 6 o'clock. Get what? On the phone, dressed, ready to go, getting his money. I'm like,
all night if they got to. All night.
So what?
Quanah. Hey, Quanah. What's up? Let's do this. Can you tell the people? Let's tell the people. Let's do it. Hey, Ty, we're gonna do one quick thing.
What's up, my guy?
Everybody here, and I edit these things, so I want to do a quick live edit while we're here, yo. Yo, Ty, can you tell the people where we can find you, all your plugins, all that good stuff?
No problem. It's your boy Tyronza D Hicks, aka to some and to most as Ty the Feel me. I am your favorite podcaster, producer, engineer. I am also the creative director of the THC Media Network, where we host about 5 shows, 2 more that are coming on the way. We have produced over about 5 podcast episodes with over 175,000 streams and views.
Wow.
On that, about 7 games so far. So that's a little bit about me. Y'all can follow me at Ty the Pod Guy on all socials. THC Media on all socials. That's where you can subscribe to the THC Media Network on YouTube.
Oh wow! My OnlyFans was a flop. He got me beat.
Hey, but he got me beat because my OnlyFans, I was the only one watching it.
They rather see his size than mine. That's a lot of views.
That's a lot of views.
Yeah.
A lot. Where can they find you at, young lady?
I'm your girl, Quanah Diva Volin. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube, and all gas, no breaks. I'm everywhere you want to be.
Boom. And I'm at Super Saiyan Santi, but more importantly, at AGNB Podcast right here, live and direct. Follow us here. Shout out to my boy at Rex Carolus. Shout out to at OG_Frank.
One and
Shout
only.
out the one and only. Those are my other guys when we in the studio. But, yo, we got a virtual with my boy Ty the Pod Guy. As you heard, that's what he do. He does it in the podcast game.
I love it.
The man does not sleep. He eats this podcasting. And
it's a vicious world out there because they be fighting each other for these likes and views.
Oh, They
get you demonetized. They got fans that's behind it. It's ridiculous.
I feel like
it gets serious.
I feel like I've gotten canceled a few times.
You did.
I feel
but millionaire is nothing without the 2 L's. So don't even worry about it.
No.
Hey, you read my meme. I like that meme. I like that meme.
Put it in a stew.
Hey, so my question for you is, man, how do you feel about social media and things like shadow banning and all that type of stuff? and how it affects you with putting out content.
The funny, I love these questions, bro. Because the funny thing is, I just got back on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
TikTok was a super duper help in pushing my company. We use it for clips and just getting the podcast out there. Have been, whether that was on a visual or audio form, TikTok is a great way to get it out there.
Yeah.
We have over 70,000 hits just on the THC Media tag. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so, and having that in such a short amount of time, that was great. What I found to be very intriguing and interesting is that with some of the content that I was posting, because with one of my podcasts, The Opinionated Brothers, we get there. We like,
you guys go there.
We go there. Right?
You don't get there. They go there.
Right? We go there. We
go there, Quanah.
Go the line. We go over the line.
Yeah.
Right?
They do.
And that's what I like.
Yeah. So
I cross the line.
As I'm scanning the landscape of all the platforms that I'm using, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube Shorts, TikTok, I'm finding that TikTok was the main platform that was kind of main source that was kind of banning my stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Instagram was surely playing it, right?
Yo.
Twitter.
Instagram don't give no damn.
No, they don't. I get away with
Twitter don't
my life over there.
Right?
I love my Instagram.
Elon Musk is over there. He don't give no. So Twitter is good. YouTube Shorts, they need to push. So it's like, okay, cool.
You need to
push. But TikTok was like, nah, our content and community guidelines and blah, blah, blah. But if you go on TikTok right now,
tell them what you gonna tell them. Hurry up,
I got off TikTok for about 3 months just because I'm like, you're not gonna tell me community guidelines are fucking with me or fucking with y'all when I see millions of your TikTok creators creating shit or posting shit that ain't community guideline worthy themselves. But because they have maybe the follower base,
right,
who maybe a income based flow on that, we can have fights and shit like that before they start shooting. Cause
and also I'm gonna tell you another thing. Let's be real on the complexion, because when they start seeing that, like I actually seen a young lady's page, and I wouldn't even go. I seen a young lady's page, man, that she literally posts African women with their breasts out, and I'm like, word, I can't post, and I posted like a joke. I'm like, yo, it's crazy, but she knows how to. She or he knows how to work it. Then I see young ladies literally show themselves half naked, and I'm like, I can't post a funny reel.
Exactly.
Like I literally got mooned just a moment ago, flipping up.
Yep. I mean,
it gets frustrating though. It really gets.
You literally getting mooned every second of the day.
It gives you that childish feeling like, why they get to do it and not me? What's the problem? Mine is not even as bad as what I'm looking. I got it from here. Yeah, if you really want to act like, you know what I'm saying? If you really want to act like something and we gonna go for that, I got it. I learned it by watching.
I got it.
I learned it by watching you.
Where you think I got it from? I scanned y'all first.
Thank you. But we posted in this, it's too much. We posted in this, it's just too much.
Nah, I think we're doing it better. That's what it is.
That's all it is. The voice
with that being said, we know that's the way it is.
And
you still get numbers. We still get numbers.
Yeah, we do.
What are you doing? If it's a secret sauce, it's okay. The rules in this show, there is no rules. So if you don't want to say it, you don't got to say it. But if you're willing to share it, how do you still do it? How do you still get the numbers? How do you still get viewed? How do you still get listened?
I'm not gonna say you gotta play inside the lines a little bit because I hate doing that shit, right? But in some cases you do, but you can still like do your own shit if you got content across the board.
But you do have to bounce around the line, man, and it is frustrating. But you got to big yourself up because you know how to do it. You know how to program. You know how to create a community. You know what I'm saying? And you know how to get past the walls because the world has changed.
Yeah.
And we're all eye to eye.
And not everybody got walls.
Hey, let me tell you something. And hey, let me tell you. And look, hey, yo, hey, Quanah, they're not supposed to be. They're not supposed. Not everybody's supposed to be. Not everybody's supposed to be. So, what's your favorite part about podcasting?
Say it again.
What
is your favorite part about podcasting?
The interviews, bro. I've gotten to interview some dope ass people, including yourself.
I appreciate that.
Like not only is it the interviews, but it really is the community, bro. I think last 2-3 years, and it's weird because I asked God for this. I'm like, Lord, if I'm moving to this city in New York, which is big as fuck, Lord, just guide me with a community that's gonna like be stable for me, whether that's be career, personal, whatever that look like. The last 3 years, my podcast community has really expanded and it's really grown. And they've become more than that in some way, shape, or form. So it's like that's what I love. It's the interviews, it's the camaraderie with my people. You know, be eye to eye. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the connection that we make, and it's so weird. Like you see,
we talk about that energy all the time.
No, like we talk like this all the time, but we don't really see each other.
Nah.
We in person, but like you got my back, I got your back.
That's
like,
it.
The question is like when you got that type of like bond and shit, like it's something you just you want to hold on to. So that's really what I love. Like just the community building that I've been able to have and hold and just accomplish that to me is what I've been able and just to meet some amazing people. You know, it's not, and I don't want people to take it as networking. Like that's not what this is. You understand what I'm saying? Like networking is a whole nother
that's
thing.
On a
this is
personal, emotional level.
Exactly. Like it's a community level. You're right. Like it's
loving what you do.
Yes. Like being in a space with Santi, with others, and yourself, and others who like love what they do, and we can kid, we can joke, we can laugh, we can have our own jokes and all our insiders and shit.
Yes.
Like, have spaces like 3 years ago, y'all. 4 years ago, we didn't have spaces for us.
Right.
That was Santi. That was Quanah. That was one of the major things that I wanted to like. I didn't have as a up and coming independent podcast. I didn't have, especially in a city where it was completely white.
So you basically started during the pandemic.
Yeah, I started in 2016 with a Tumblr. Tumblr.
Wow. Made me some $40 over there.
I was Tumblr before the porn. That was Tumblr before the porn, right? So, like, I started the Opinionated Brothers, and then that transformed into a podcast in 2017, and we ain't looked back since.
That's right.
And so I built. I started in Michigan, where I went to college, got my master's. Like, through my master's program, I built my company, right? I understood kind of the language of not only podcasting, but media, audio, video, radio. Like, I understood that I was a radio nerd. I love radio. So that start that starting process took me from, okay, I understand that I'm not going, my ceiling here is capped. I don't have a cap. My shit is to the stars. Y'all not about to stop me.
And it's okay to go.
And that's it.
People so scared to go. You would always go back home. Go. See something
I had to go.
else. Think outside of the box. People be trying to be so popular in this little box, this little bubble. When there's so much more of the world, you can meet people that'll change your life if you leave that block.
Yeah.
And people are so scared to leave the block, so scared to jump the fence. I couldn't wait to get out. But some people, what is it? Mental slavery, they call it.
Mental slavery, like
mentally enslaved, mentally imprisoned. It's a real big deal. And it's real. People are scared to be different. Everybody gotta have the same shoes, the same haircut, the same everything. And now they got the same booty, the same teeth. Everybody looks the same.
Man, I was just talking to my wife. We're having a conversation about that today, and I was like, "Man, look, I feel like everybody looks like an Asian brown dog,
shaped like an ant,
with big hips." I'm like,
where did you get the toddler tummy from?
I don't know what's going on. I normally don't give my opinion on things of this nature.
I will give mine. I'm a woman. And when I take mine off, everything laid with
as long as you like yourself, and you ain't bothering me.
I put it on the table right now.
So that's great. You
like that thing like a bag of ice.
Hilarious. You told me something that, you know, how you got into podcasting with your education is what motivated you.
Yeah.
Two-part question. How do you feel the education has been assisting you? You touched on it a little bit, but if you could elaborate, the education has been assisting you with podcasting right now. And I'll start with that question. And do you know what? And do you think you need that education to do what we're doing?
Or when it, or at the moment that it was, yes. Right now, I think it is an added bonus. I think it is like, I think now, hey, I kind of needed my degree to get in this spot, to now my degree is just an enhancement for me. Both of my degrees are just an enhancement because I have skills. I have the resume. You can definitely tell. But making sure that my resume and my actions spoke louder than my words. I can tell you all day that I'm the beat. I'm him. Right? Like, I'm that. And it took me a while to get to that place. No, I'm dead serious. Like, it took me a while to get to that place, and you have to believe in yourself.
I was getting ready to say that. Yes.
You got to believe in yourself.
Yes.
You don't even have the skills right then and there. But if you believe in yourself enough, you can acquire that skill. It may take you some time to acquire that skill. It took me time. It took me time to be a great interviewer. Like, I didn't start great.
That's not easy. That's not easy at all.
You feel me? Like, you have to listen to yourself and to hear yourself. And that is like,
I hate my voice.
You all have great voice.
Yo, Santi and Quanah for like 3 years straight. I was just podcasting and putting it out. Podcasting.
Oh my God, I don't want to hear myself.
I hated the way I spoke. Like,
yes. And he was like, "Yeah, you do. You got a little DC accent." I was like, "Oh my God, I do."
Quanah, you do. Quanah, you do. I'm gonna let you know right now.
But what I will say about education, even those that have basic education, I think it's necessary to learn how to sit still and retain and maintain and collect information, because you'll never be done learning. So that is the main thing I think school can teach you, is to sit still, pay attention, and focus on what's in front of you and not what's behind you. I was always behind everybody, by the way. So that's the back of the class. But I think they don't teach you enough in school to survive the real world.
They don't give you life skills.
They don't. We used to have home ec.
One of my favorite
now my
classes
son don't know the difference between a cabbage and a lettuce. I think that's a problem.
You're so funny.
I think it's a problem when your baby bites an onion instead of an apple. Oh, and it's just a basic thing. The basics. Accounting, learning how to manage money properly.
Yeah, facts.
Learning how to cope with certain situations. No, you can't freak out and beat everybody up. You're gonna have to figure out another way.
Talk.
And those things come from me sitting in the principal's office. I always had to learn that. So, I mean, you're gonna learn. It's gonna go from the principal to the warden. So, at some point, you gotta be learning them levels of education.
Right.
And I think everybody doesn't get that. And a lot of these kids aren't getting that. They're getting educated at home and not at school.
Well, one thing I also want to throw in about education, and I've been talking to a lot of people about, you don't necessarily have to go to college.
No.
Learn a skill.
Right.
You know, get a skill, because right now, the next 10 years, it's going to be about skills. It's not going to be about
they get right behind all this student debt.
Yeah.
And a lot of the colleges aren't even around anymore. They just came up with a college, got some money, and left.
Period.
Yeah.
And we still paying for it.
Still paying for it.
Well, I really haven't paid anything in a while, but it's on there.
Hey,
it's messing with my levels.
hey. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. Hey, people know what you're talking about. That's the real.
But yeah, this would be my. I see that you're doing a lot with hip hop. What's the deal with that?
Yeah,
because that's my ace.
Me?
You picking a lot of
R&B.
Artists, a lot of artists,
okay.
Or so, everyone. Yeah.
I do. So the R&B and Chill podcast, which personally at this point my favorite podcast to host.
Yes.
Is a podcast we started in 2020 during the pandemic, actually.
Okay.
And that was a podcast started out of sheer love
for music. Yeah.
Thinking like I've in my past life, during my college years.
You real specific.
And I guess you could say now. I'm a singer at heart, right?
Okay.
I've been singing since the age of like 2, like my recitals, college performances.
Wow.
R&B is what I grew up with.
That's right.
You know, Screams, and I'm from Detroit, like Motown sound.
Motown.
You understand what I'm saying? Like that's me, right? Like that's what I grew up with. And so, you know, R&B was always it from that moment, you know, coming out the womb until now. So created the show just to give kind of basically really just analyze the past and give their flowers to the but also honor, you know.
Yes.
You know, we have artist interviews, artist spotlight interviews, past, present, and future artists are independent or signed. We're we're having conversations, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully function.
I'm gonna have to take a shower for that.
Yeah, so we might have
he said
we might have to, you know, listen, I'm gonna
have to rest it off for something. Yes.
I gotta make sure I'm right. I'm right. They are
my spray.
They are some legends in the industry.
Wow.
The most rewarding thing about this part is that I've gotten to know a lot of managers in the business.
Nice.
You understand what I'm saying?
That's bigger than the artist half the time.
Listen, and when you
why are you funny?
When I tell you, listen, when I tell you
behind the scenes,
my work ethic and my professionalism speaks for itself, because literally after I do one interview, and I'm not tooting horns, but once I do my interviews, they coming back to me.
Yes.
I'm gonna just leave it there. That's it. So listen, y'all go check
I'm
it
gonna start doing that. I'm gonna make them come back.
That's because listen, it's about how you treat people.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's about how you treat people.
And I done seen a few of them fall. These podcasts fall just from being rude and nasty for no reason at all.
Listen.
And I love to watch the fall. It was a fall from very high up, and it needed to go.
You're so funny.
No,
because everybody has a past, so you can't be digging in everybody else, but you got stuff up yours.
Hey, look, that's why I say there's certain topics I don't talk about.
Yeah.
Man. There's certain things. And I got to say, you guys are risque on your show with the brothers.
I love that.
Do you feel sometimes that you may be too risque? I enjoy it because I feel like we have a riskiness. Yeah, it's hilarious because they say what's, on the mind of others, that some people are afraid to say. But do you feel that you are too risque at times?
Not at all.
Let me tell you something. I come from the cloth, and I'm not embarrassed to say this. I come from the cloth of Joe Budden and Charlemagne the God.
Hey.
Okay.
I come from the cloth of a D.L. Hughley, Steve Harvey, local Detroit radio jockeys who were always unfiltered because of how they presented themselves. Were they always perfect? No, you never get it right.
But it was them.
Exactly, it's them. No, and in my era now, we have a phone.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And so the optics of what you're doing, I'm going to talk about. Me and my brothers are going to talk about. We're going to discuss why the hell are you on camera? A lot of these celebrities, whether they are high A to S plus rank celebrities to your E-listers who are literally social media famous.
Yeah.
You would expect us not to talk your life in the public eye, while you rather sit here and want a Shade Room, a Hollywood Unlocked, a Jasmine, and others who I definitely respect in the industry. But you don't want us to give you the real.
Yeah.
How we feel.
They just want to see dumb stuff.
And so when I get comments in my clips and in my videos, it's hilarious. The comments don't, and let me say that now. The comments do not affect me. They are.
You can't allow that.
I don't comment unless I really want to.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I leave them there just to show y'all what is happening. Who's
keep it real.
Happening. Like, these are people, some people.
Somebody else to get over there to them anyway. You know? You got to worry about it.
And that's it.
It's going to bother somebody else to their core. And they're going to be
like, Santi, I had to get over myself. Like, am I doing am I sitting here being too raunchy? Am I sitting here being too, as you said, risque? As y'all said, risque. Like, yo, no, I'm not. Because the people who have literally went over that line in such the most and more disrespectful ways than me. I'm only over the line to tell you the truth.
Let me tell you something. And I'm gonna tell you, the beginning of a majority of the things that we love in life were against the norm. The car. We don't need a car. We got horses.
Yep.
Right.
And now look at them.
Hip hop music. They were back then. The groups that got on were cursing at you.
Yep.
2 Live Crew. What was Luke saying? You know what I mean? But that's who got popular. So I embrace the risk. You know what I mean? I enjoy it. There's certain things I don't try to cover because I just don't. I'll be honest with you. For me, I just don't.
Yeah, some stuff just don't need to be.
I just don't care because I don't want to also give that more light.
Yes,
that's who I am.
So I get,
but I understand that. I tell people, if you're putting something out there, understand that eventually it will come back to light somehow, some way, and that's all it is. And you know, and if you get and if you're making money off of it, man, that shit gonna find a way for somebody else to try to make money off it too.
That's all it is.
It's gonna keep trickling. Yeah,
that's all, and that's all they do. They find out the like one of the biggest things that's going on, and then they monetize them.
That's it.
And they can take clips from yours, copyrights, all that is done because once it's out there, it's out there. Right. Everybody can get a piece.
Right.
Well, you know, I like to say while we end up doing this, poverty is a motherfucker.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm not going back to the strip club.
That shit's scary.
I'm 43. Hey, I can't go back to the strip club.
I don't want to go.
I'm out to just bring plates.
If I go, I want to be the guy sitting at the chair.
I want to back
moving around.
Real.
It's a fact. But yes, you do have to be risque. Absolutely. But people are gonna, of course, it's not gonna be who you think is supporting you that supports you. You know, birds born in a cage, they flying is mental illness. Mm-hmm. So sometimes you just gotta leave those people behind, seeing where you see them. They'll be in the same place.
Yep. I have to like people, you know, some people back home, some people here, like, you know, they gonna look at me and be like, oh my God, we support you. You know what I'm saying? But they are not the ones who subscribe to my channel.
Not at all.
Are viewing my stuff. They're not the ones who are liking my stuff. But you see them.
At all.
And just know, just for all the people out there, I didn't need your ass. You understand? That's just real shit. But
let them know. So, no,
that's just real shit. I understand. Quanah is so motherfucking right. We didn't need that.
Nope.
Because you thought a nigga wasn't gonna be here. And look where we at.
Wow. Hey, but you know, because of one of your podcasts I was listening to, you were speaking to the young R&B young lady. She just dropped something. I think she was out of California.
Shout out to Sanavi.
You told her, what was her name again?
Shout out to Sanavi.
That's her name, Sanavi. You know, you said something I completely agree with. It's not the guy that has all the talent that's going to be the guy at the top. It's going to be the guy that just has maybe 40% of that talent, but all 100% of that hard work to just stay up later, work harder, grind harder. Because what happens is, I love when I do that. Because sometimes I always do, not even sometimes, I overanalyze the enemy. I always make them seem that they can beat me. I go, you're going to beat me. Fuck it, you're going to beat me. And I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure I block that shit and I win, or at least we have a draw.
Yeah.
And if I even get going with that, I normally exceed and I win. You know, so that's how that is. And I'm going to just keep doing that. And I praise you, and I want to give you your flowers as an older person to a young man. Like, yo, that fight you got and that kill and that tenacity and that drive you have, you will be successful. I see it coming.
My boy. Huh? What up, my boy?